Yes, hello everybody. This is the most updated version of Taff's Word I'm going to be bringing out. I know I'm not bringing out many of late. Yeah, I know, I do apologise for that. For those of you that enjoy actually watching me speak passionately about football-related matters, obviously most notably my beloved Newport County. Again, this is another Newport County vlog. This one is going to be about our current form, basically, and the direction in which I believe my beloved club, or our beloved club, for those of you who are fellow County fans, is going in. Graham Westley, obviously you saw my latest vlog, basically saying how much I rate Graham Westley and how much I rate the changes that he's making at the moment. I still stand by that regardless of the current dip in form, and that's all it is a blip, just a blip, and that's what I'm going to title this vlog, just a blip. That's all it is a blip. In this league, anybody can beat anyone on any day, and we got to lose games at the end of the day. We have got to lose. We lost to Wickham, most notably because a referee was incompetent. It was what you'd call an even game, which was edged by the incompetence of a referee. I believe we would have won the game if we were playing against 10 men, because the way they were set up, man for man, they knew how to stop us, which means we weren't the same team as what beat Notts County the game before. They knew how to stop us, but 10 men, that extra man would have made that difference, I believe, and I believe we would have gone on and won the game, won maybe 2-0. But the referee didn't send him off, and I was there and I watched him take his card out of his pocket. I thought, yes, he's sending him off, yes, as you do. And he's like, oh, man, you haven't sent him off. I'm like, what's going on? He put his card back in his pocket because he realised he only booked him a couple of minutes before. I'm sorry, but if you deem that a bookable offence and you pull your card out, it doesn't matter whether you booked him a couple of minutes before. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you've got to follow through and enforce the rules. That's your job, I mean, bloody hell. I mean, I work in industrial sales, right? And if I get 2 orders through, I don't not process one of them just because I've only had one not too long ago. At the end of the day, if I get 2 orders, I processed both of them there and then. If the referee thinks the player has committed 2 bookable offences, he's got to book him twice and therefore send him off. I don't understand the thought process behind that. I mean, as they say, sending offs change games or spoil games, but that doesn't matter. If someone should be sent off, they should be sent off, and that's it. That's end of it. The next big decision that he had to make, he got wrong again as well, in my opinion, the penalty. Some people can arguably say that the tackle, the penalty may have been soft, but if there was consistency in that referee, the free kick that they ultimately scored from to win the game, ultimately that was exactly the same type of foul. Now, if Darren Jones's foul was worthy of a free kick, then surely the foul on Myrie Williams should have been penalised as well, which would have therefore meant he would have had to give a penalty. This referee was scared of making the big decisions, and he gave them so many small ones throughout the game. It kept taking momentum out of us. I mean, they're getting away with pushes, pulls, and grapples and ankle taps and things like that. They were getting away with that all game, and very rare that the referee would actually penalise them for it. But he was penalising us. At the end of the day, he was inconsistent throughout the match, and he got the big decisions wrong, and it ultimately cost us in a tight game that we could or should have won. But we ended up losing because of that. I mean, people say you can't be blaming the referees all the time. Well, I'm sorry, but when you get decisions like that wrong, 2 massive decisions wrong to go against us, that impacts the game, and it means we could have won that game. I know a lot of people say, well, if you were good enough to win, you would have won without needing decisions from the referee. Oh yeah, that's a very fair point. But at the end of the day, in a tight affair like that, they won. They beat us on the back of his incompetence and his inconsistency. So if we can lose a game, surely they can lose a game on the back of a refereeing decision. It works both ways. So so we missed out on that. Thankfully, we had a referee who did make the right decisions in Blackpool. I wouldn't say thankfully, because it didn't work out for us anyway. But we missed a penalty. Jazzy Barn and Bob goes off. We end up losing the game 4-1. when we could have been 2-1 up, and I'd imagine we'd have seen that game through. If we were leading, we would have seen it through, because obviously Graham Wesley's sides, they know how to keep hold of a lead, and we have been learning how to keep hold of leads, and we've been doing well. We've scrapped it out against Carlisle. I believe we would have scrapped it out against Blackpool if we'd have put that penalty away. But at the end of the day, there was also bad performances from everybody. I mean, for me, it was Sean Riggs' worst performance in a county top. Not to say he's a bad player; he's a very good player for us. Everyone has a bad day at the office. The same goes for Sheehan. I think that was Sheehan's worst performance. He didn't impact the game as much as he usually does. Healy obviously took his chance really well, but then he had a chance to put us 2-1 up in the first half and didn't take it. Took one touch too many. But that happens. Strikers, they want to set themselves up right. They've got to hit the ball when they feel it's the right time. But unfortunately, Healy didn't hit it at the right time. But he did score the goal that got us back in the game in the first place. So, I feel he had a decent game. But, there's just a lot of things. I mean, we missed Bennett. Quite obviously missed Bennett. And the fact we had to play Tozer in defence means we missed him in front of the defence rather than in the defence. So, there's a few things with that game. I feel Jeb and O'Hanlon weren't quite as effective. But the whole team as a whole, you do get them to collectively, they'll have an off day. So that was just our off day, unfortunately. I mean, we could have won that game playing badly, but it's just fine margins in football. 4-1 looks like they hammered us. They didn't hammer us. They did, but the last 20 minutes they slaughtered us. Yes, but I'd say the last 20. Well, I'd say for half 30 minutes of the first half, we slaughtered them. And we could have been winning. I think the first 15 minutes of the half, we were the better team. I think they had a 10-minute spell, which they got the second goal, and then they went on and romped it then. But these things happen in football, you lose games, you move on. We've got an important game coming up now in the FA Cup. Plymouth have lost 3 on the bounce, 2 of them being at home. They've only scored 1 goal in 3 games. At least with us, we've scored, in our last 3 games, we've scored 4. Yep, that's right. We've scored 4 goals in our last 3 games, and we've actually won one of them. So, we're arguably with a form team going into the game. Funny enough, I didn't think I'd be saying that before we actually, when we actually got the draw. They got the draw against us, and then they went and lost 3 games. Football is a funny game, innit? But personally, I'm quietly confident about going down there. I say Wesley values this competition a lot. He'll play a team that he thinks will be strong enough to stop them and to exploit them. I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine we're going to take a good following as well. So I'm quietly confident, but then I'm not going to go down there expecting to win. You can't expect anything in football. You can hope and believe. Which is why I'm clinging to really belief for everything, really. It was mentioned that some people think that we might still go down. I mean, obviously you've got to be fearful of it because we are still bottom of the league. As much as we're turning a corner, we haven't turned it yet. We're turning a corner. We've still got to keep our eyes open and realise, hold on a minute, we are bottom of the league, and we're over a third of the way through the season. So I know there's a fine margin. We go on. We got another winning run now. We could be looking at the playoffs, but we got to go on that winning run to look at the playoffs. Because if we don't go on that winning run, we're sinking further and further down. As we say, anyone can beat anyone on any day. And if we catch a few unfortunate ones like we have done in the last couple of games, I mean, they have been nothing but unfortunate ones. We've been in every game this season. We've been in it. And it just goes to show, I mean, people say karma and all that. I mean, it's all superstitious nonsense, right? At the end of the day, we've actually got to go out there and do it and make it happen if we want to stay up. I believe we can do it. I genuinely believe we will do it. But I'm not going to come out and say, yes, we're going, I believe we will. But I'm not going to come out and say, yeah, we're definitely staying up. You can't make that comment. You can have the belief, but you can't just state that it's going to happen, But like I say, anything can happen in football. We may go up this year, Does anyone believe we could go up? Apparently, a lot of people are throwing a lot of money on it. Our odds have shortened to actually go up. But they still said they stayed the same for relegation. Just as many people think we'll go down as what will go up. So like I say, fine margins in football, and Yep, 10 minutes. I think that's about as much as I can rabble on for. I gotta go pick my girlfriend up from work. Well, fiance now, of course. She keeps reminding me of that. I keep calling her girlfriend, just force a habit and all that, you know. But anyway, thanks for watching again, guys. Like I say, just a blip. You'll see a good performance down Plymouth. A performance down Plymouth, not a result, but a performance. The result will hopefully come along with the performance, but then that may send us on a good run, because beating Alfreton sent us on a good run. So maybe beating Plymouth, if we can do it, might send us on another good run in the league. So fingers crossed, we beat Plymouth, big draw, a lot of excitement, and then everybody's happy. Yeah, I foresee good things, but at the end of the day, I'm realistic to know that I can't expect them. So there we go. Alright, thanks again for watching, guys, and I will try and make it as quick as I can to bring the next one out. Okay, any suggestions of any subjects you want me to speak about, leave them in the comments below, or contact me through Facebook or Twitter. Happy days. Thanks a lot then, and up the county. Cheerio.